those who live in a glass house should not throw stone, but Ayoka did. Morontodo village is known for excelling in hunting, producing brave hunters who have gone through thick and thin. And Ayoka's dream is to be a hunter. Right from her childhood, she nursed the dream and imagined herself to become a powerful and respected hunter in the village. But Ayoka is a female child, the only female child amidst 8 other male children, and this made her father to think less of her. So to prove her father wrong, she harbored a fierce determination, and this made her to grow up as a courageous woman. In order to showcase the skill she had acquired in secrecy, anytime her father is going to hunt with his other male children, Ayaka will beg that she should follow them. But they will laugh at her, saying she doesn't have the strength required for the task. Neither does she have the physical physique like her brothers. As she grew older, Ayoka watched as her brothers honed their skills in hunting, while she was relegated to domestic chores and traditional feminine roles. But Ayoka's spirit burned with a desire to break free from these limitations and carve her own path in this world. In the heart of the village lived a powerful hunter named Kaka. Kaka, who is a giant and also a hunter, is feared by both the humans and animals, for he possessed in his power the ability to transform into a giant, therefore intimidating the villagers. But Kaka did not just stumble on such great power like that, for he had to pay a great price, as any time he becomes a giant, he will carry the weight of his friend and the guilt of his betrayer. Kaka and Bosun were friends right from childhood, both of them trained in hunting. Kaka had keen eyes to see animals, while Bosun was blessed with the strength to take down the animals. Together, they were unstoppable until when Kaka desired to have it all. So Kaka went deep into the forest where he had met a magician. But the magician warned him of the repercussion, for no one must know the source of his power and strength. As Kaka became powerful, he also became lonely until one fateful day when he met Ayoka. For Ayoka had sneaked after her brothers into the forest and lost her way. Confused of where to pass, Kaka had come to her rescue. He gave her a shelter for the night and fed her. But as Kaka watched her sleep through the night, he fell in love with her. As Ayaka returned home the next day, the villagers were surprised to see her riding on one of Kaka's horses. And when Kaka knelt his giant weight on the floor in respect to Ayoka's father, they knew he had come for her hand in marriage. Ayoka's father immediately accepted him, for Kaka came with lots of palm wine. And that evening, Ayoka's father gathered all the men in the village. They all celebrated and drank all night. But Ayaka saw it as an opportunity, for she would steal Kaka's power and become Ayoka, the giant hunter. And finally, she can get the respect and praise she deserves from her father and brothers. But as she slept that night, she dreamt of an old woman. For the old woman warned her, saying, those who lived in a glass house shouldn't throw stone. But in her dream, Ayoka grabbed the old woman and said, no one will stop me, not even you, old woman. I shall become the first female hunter in this village. She woke up terrified, but as she heard the sound of drums and the melodious song of celebration, she remembered that today is the day she will get married to Kaka. Her mother wept bitterly, for Ayaka will be leaving them to go to her husband's house. Her brother teased her for her choice, But Ayoka's spirit remained adamant. Her choice to steal Kaka's power remained her one and only mission in life. After Ayoka's father collected the bride price, for Kaka paid very handsomely. Ayoka's father blessed the marriage and gave Ayoka to Kaka. But the night they were to spend together as husband and wife, Ayoka ran out of his chamber shouting, "Don't touch me! You this monster!" Kaka raced after her pleading, but Ayaka said, "For your fist alone is bigger than the size of my head. Don't touch me." So that night, Kaka took her to his secret chamber, where his power lay. "I shall undo my giant nature for you." Ayoka was surprised. "How will you become a giant and a powerful hunter again?" "Well, I have a magic pot. All I need to do is to drink the water from the pot, and I will become a giant again." Just like that, Ayoka couldn't believe the simplicity. So Kaka continued. "The pot contained the hairs of a hunter. With the air in the pot, I can regain my power again. Let me even blow your mind. If I drop 10 hunters' hairs into the pot, I shall have the power of 10 hunters." "Wow!" Ayoka exclaimed. "All I need to do is to drink the water from the magic pot," Kaka concluded. "Drink the water," Ayoka thought in her mind. So in order to please his wife, he undid the power and Kaka became like every normal human being. But before the first cock crows, Ayoka sneaked out of Kaka's house. She took a blade and sneaked into her father's house. She cut the hair of all her 8 brothers. "I shall become a very, very big giant. I shall become very tall, very hefty, and feared and respected by all." Without asking of the repercussion, she dropped the hairs of her 8 brothers into the magic pot. She stirred it and drank it. But something strange happened. For Ayaka did not change. Rather, she felt the ground shook. The roof started parting and a very monstrous giant arose. His look very fierce, and soon he roared. His breath breathed away the trees, and Ayoka, scared for her life, took to her heels. As she ran through the forest, she vowed never to return again. But Kaka chased after her, for he did not recognize Ayoka again, neither thought of her as his wife. For Kaka, who is now a beast, for he bears the weight of 8 hunters and the guilt of destroying 8 hunters' destinies. And the guilt and the weight made him to lose all rational sense. He threw Ayoka into the bush. She landed and broke her bones. Kaka set into the village and started destroying the villagers' properties and livestock. But on the other hand, shouts of cry and tears of sorrow filled Ayoka's father's house, for his 8 sons were dead. The villagers shook their head. 8 sons in one night. They lamented, but there was no time to grieve for the 8 sons, as the villagers raised their spears against Kaka. He had turned into a monster, causing havoc in the village. It was a long battle. Even the women were given spears and arrows, as the men realized their strength lies in their numbers. The villagers won, and Kaka was sent far away from the village, never to return again. Ayaka saw what was left of her once peaceful and prosperous village. She saw how she had ruined the lives of her parents and killed her brothers. She then remembered the warning of the old woman in a dream. Indeed, we should be careful of the danger of prioritizing one personal gain because of self-ambition and greed, without considering the harm it may cause to others. With one leg limping, she will continue to live her life in regret. The end.